As we delve into the unknown, remember, what you are about to hear is not just a story. It's a journey through the unseen corners of the internet. Today, we explore a phenomenon that many have noticed but few have fully understood: the disappearance of digital influencers. What happens when these once ubiquitous figures vanish from our feeds and screens? Are they simply taking a break, or is there something more sinister at play? Digital influencers have become a cornerstone of modern social media culture. They shape trends, influence consumer behavior, and create communities. Yet, despite their prominence, there are numerous cases of influencers who have mysteriously disappeared, leaving their followers with unanswered questions. This unsettling trend raises concerns about mental health, privacy, and the often hidden pressures of online fame. Let's begin by examining the allure of being an influencer. The lifestyle seems glamorous, filled with travel, free products, and adoring fans. Many people aspire to become influencers, dreaming of the day their posts go viral and their follower count skyrockets. However, this dream can quickly turn into a nightmare. The pressure to constantly produce content, stay relevant, and maintain a perfect image can be overwhelming. For some, this burden becomes unbearable, leading to their abrupt departure from the digital landscape. Consider the case of a well-known beauty influencer who, after years of sharing makeup tutorials and fashion hauls, suddenly went silent. Her social media accounts, once filled with vibrant posts, became barren. Followers were left bewildered, speculating about her well-being and the reasons for her disappearance. Was she overwhelmed by the constant scrutiny? Did she face personal challenges that pushed her away from the public eye? The truth is, we may never know. This influencer's story is just one of many that highlights the darker side of online fame. Another case that garnered attention is that of a fitness influencer who seemed to have it all: a thriving business, a loyal following, and sponsorship deals with major brands. However, after a series of cryptic posts hinting at struggles with mental health, she abruptly ceased all communications. Fans flooded her last posts with messages of concern, but no response came. The silence was deafening. This disappearance sparked a larger conversation about the mental health challenges many influencers face, often exacerbated by the very platforms that made them famous. As we delve deeper, we must also consider the role of social media algorithms and the relentless pursuit of engagement. Influencers often find themselves trapped in a cycle of needing to produce content that garners likes, shares, and comments. The pressure to remain visible can lead to burnout, and for some, the desire to escape from the constant spotlight becomes a necessity. When influencers decide to step back, they may do so without warning, leaving their followers grappling with the abrupt change. Some influencers choose to share their struggles with their audience, providing a glimpse into the pressures they face. However, others feel the need to maintain a facade of perfection. This disparity can create a toxic environment, where the expectations placed upon influencers become impossible to meet. This pressure can lead to a decision to disappear altogether, as the thought of facing an audience while struggling becomes too much to bear. Moreover, the fear of judgment looms large. Influencers are often scrutinized for their every move, and the fear of backlash can be paralyzing. The online world thrives on immediacy, and a single misstep can lead to a storm of criticism. This reality can contribute to feelings of isolation and anxiety, prompting some influencers to retreat from the spotlight entirely. Let's take a moment to look at the phenomenon of influencers who have re-emerged after a prolonged absence. Some return with stories of personal growth and healing, while others remain tight-lipped about their time away. The narratives they choose to share can significantly impact their followers, shaping perceptions about the realities of influencer life. It begs the question, what is the cost of fame in the digital age? The case of a popular travel influencer serves as an example. After a year of sharing breathtaking landscapes and adventure-filled experiences, she suddenly vanished from her platform. Months later, she returned with a heartfelt post detailing her battle with anxiety and the pressures of maintaining her online persona. Her candidness resonated with many, sparking discussions about the importance of mental health awareness among influencers. Even more perplexing are the influencers who disappear without explanation, leaving a void in their communities. These disappearances often lead to conspiracy theories, with fans speculating about everything from personal crises to sinister plots. The lack of communication can fuel anxiety among followers, who may feel abandoned or unsure about the well-being of the influencer they admired. The ripple effect of these disappearances can be significant. For followers, the emotional investment in influencers can lead to a sense of loss when they suddenly go dark. Communities formed around these influencers can fracture, leaving fans searching for answers. The void left behind can also spark a search for new figures to fill the gap, often leading to a cycle of fleeting obsessions and disappointments. In some cases, influencers have been known to disappear in the wake of scandals or controversies. The pressure to address negative publicity can become overwhelming, prompting a retreat from the public eye. This leads us to question the ethics of influencer culture. Should influencers be held accountable for their actions, or is there an obligation to protect their mental health by allowing them to step back when necessary? The answer is complex and varies from case to case. As we explore these disappearances, it's essential to consider the impact of societal expectations. In a world that constantly demands perfection, influencers often feel the weight of unrealistically high standards. The need to showcase an aspirational lifestyle can lead to feelings of inadequacy when reality doesn't match the curated images they present. This disconnect can contribute to a sense of hopelessness, prompting some to abandon their online presence altogether. Additionally, the rise of the digital influencer has led to an increasingly saturated market. With so many individuals vying for attention, the competition can become fierce. Influencers may feel pressured to constantly innovate and push boundaries to maintain their relevance. This race for engagement can take a toll on mental health, leading some to question whether the pursuit of fame is worth the cost. The conversation around the disappearance of digital influencers also intersects with discussions about privacy. As influencers build their brands, they often share intimate details of their lives. This transparency can create a false sense of intimacy between influencers and their followers, blurring the lines of personal boundaries. When an influencer chooses to withdraw, it can feel like a betrayal to some fans who believe they have a right to know what's going on. In an age where everything is documented and shared online, the idea of stepping back can feel like an insurmountable challenge. The fear of losing followers, sponsorships, and relevance can create a cycle of anxiety that perpetuates the need to stay connected, even when it's detrimental to one's well-being. This reality has led to an increasing number of influencers advocating for mental health awareness, emphasizing the importance of self-care and the need to prioritize one's health above all else. As we navigate the complexities of influencer culture, we must also recognize the role of platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube in shaping these narratives. The algorithms that govern visibility can impact an influencer's success, leading to a sense of helplessness when they feel their content is not being seen. This pressure to conform to algorithmic demands can create an unhealthy obsession with metrics, further fueling the desire to remain in the spotlight, even when it feels overwhelming. The disappearance of digital influencers is not just a trend. It's indicative of a larger conversation about mental health, societal expectations, and the complexities of online fame. As we reflect on these stories, it's essential to approach the topic with empathy and understanding. Behind every influencer is a person navigating their own challenges, often in the public eye. In conclusion, the phenomenon of disappearing digital influencers serves as a reminder of the fragility of online personas. As we continue to engage with social media, let's remain mindful of the individuals behind the screens. Their struggles are real, and their stories deserve to be heard, whether they choose to share them or not. Stay with us as we uncover the web's darkest secrets. Subscribe for more spine-chilling stories,